Welcome to your first flipped math lessons, Basics of Base 10. When you have completed this lesson, you should know what a digit is and what they are, why we call our number system Base 10, what place value is and how to create a place value chart, the difference between value and place value, and how to write numbers using standard, written, and expanded form. So let's get started with a riddle. What did 0 say to 8? The answer will be at the end of the lesson. So you wake up one morning and you walk outside and you look up in the clouds, and all of a sudden you see that in the clouds there are numbers floating, like a 3, a 5, an 8, and you think, this is mighty strange. Well, the really strange thing is that you have an idea of what each of them represents. The 3 could be 3 stick figures. The 5 could be 5 tally marks. The 8 could be 8 eggs. We understand that numbers equal a certain number of things. But where did all these numbers come from? So you'll learn this year. I'm not an artist. Here are 2 hands. Well, our number system is called Base 10. And Base 10 most likely comes from our fingers, which is why we also call the numbers we write our number system with digits. So, digits are the symbols that we use to write numbers. Each digit represents a quantity. So if you see 1, you think of a single thing. If you see 2, you think of 2 objects. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, those are the basic digits with the addition of one more, which is 0. So, when we look at our hands, we say that we have a complete set when we have 10 fingers, or we have a complete set of 10 and 0 additional fingers. So that's where our base 10 number system comes from, because it's made up using all of the digits 0 through 9 for a total of 10 digits, and from there we can make every other number that we need. When digits are combined with other digits, we can create larger numbers. The number there is 213, or it's 2 hundreds, 1 10, and 3 ones. We know this because each of the digits is given a place value. This is the ones, this is the tens, and this is the hundreds. So the value of a digit is determined by its place value. If you were to look at the 2, you would say it has a value of 200. The place value of the 2 is the hundreds. One of the easiest ways to identify the place value or the value of a number is to write the number in a place value chart. So this number that I'm writing has 5 10 millions, 6 millions, 400 thousands, 2 10,000s, 8 thousands, 7 hundreds, 3 tens, and 1 1. So this number would be 56,428,731. It's easier to read a number when you realize that numbers are made up of periods. A period is a grouping of numbers that are made up of ones, tens, and hundreds. So this is the units period. Next to it is the thousands. Well, I didn't want that there. The thousands. This is the millions. And this is the billions. So you won't always have a nice place value chart, but you can always create your own. So if I create one, I kind of do it a little bit more simply than what the chart was we just looked at. I draw in my periods. I've got my units. I have my thousands, and I abbreviate it just TH. I have my millions, and I have my billions. Now each period is made up of ones, tens, and hundreds. Ones, tens, and hundreds. Ones, tens, and hundreds. Ones, tens, and hundreds. So with the place value chart, I am able to write numbers, read numbers. It just kind of helps things out. So we have 3 different ways that we write numbers. The first is called standard form. Standard form is just writing the number as a number. So if I wanted to write 578, that would be the standard form of 578. Word form is writing that number in words. All words, no numbers at all. So you would not write 500 with 5 written as a number. It would be written as 500 78. Now, expanded form breaks the number up into its place value so that you can actually write it as a sum of its place value. Two ways to do this. One way we just to separate out each of the place values. So 578 could be written like this: 500 plus 70 plus 8. This is the most common way you're going to see it, and some people write it like this: 570 and 8. Both of them are expanded form. Again, this is the way you will typically see expanded form. So expanded form is when each place value is separated from the others with an addition sign between them. So that's the lesson for today. The riddle, what did 0 say to 8? Well, 0 said, nice belt. Complete your examples on your notes and make sure you bring them to class with you in the morning.